Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's talk a little politics today. I'm chilling in the office this afternoon. It's a beautiful day. Let's talk about the tyranny of the masses, or the tyranny of the majority, as it's also called. It's an inherent flaw within any democracy. We have it here. We just got done seeing it, basically. When we have one party that's in control of the House and the Senate and the presidency, when one party dominates the media, the corporate leaders adhere to that political belief, and we end up with society leading almost into a dictatorship, is what it feels like, if you're not a part of that group. If you're part of that group, it's wonderful, because everything you want is getting done. This is the golden age of America, is what you could say if that's your political belief. But if you're on the out, if you didn't vote for them, it's awful. And you're stuck with it. And we could say, well, that's just the way majority rule goes. If the majority of us, if 49 of us want to go to Pizza Hut, and the one person, the 50th person, doesn't, they want to go to Domino's, too bad, motherfucker, we're going to Pizza Hut. Suck it up. But when we're talking about half of a country, a 49-51 split, something like that, right? Just a little bit less than half the country, they're forced to endure almost a torturous journey of politics and of decisions, of majority rule that they can do nothing about. I don't know how we solve it and keep things even. There's nothing wrong with arguing about laws and bills and rules. People trick you into thinking, oh, we need a certain brand of unity in our democracy, so we get things done. Now, yeah, we do need to get things done, but we should be arguing it out. What you saw with the Republican Party debating amongst themselves about the Speaker of the House, McCarthy. Many didn't want him, and other people did, and it became, a kind of a brawl. I think that two people even almost got into a fist fight. One of the guys here from Florida, Matt Gaetz, got into they lunged at each other, at least. I don't know if there were fists thrown, but they've apologized and made up. But we don't usually see that. And it went on for days. They had 13 or 14 votes, however many, 15 votes, 20 votes. I forget how many votes they had. That's democracy. That's how it's supposed to work. These guys usually spend their time out of the office. Oh, they're furious that they have to be in the office. They have to actually do their job. They should be doing that every day, all day. Instead, they're spending a lot of time serving their constituency, which really means having lunches, getting paid by corporations. These business leaders who want to set up shop in their communities, and they see, well, what kind of kickbacks can we give you? And that's what they spend their day doing. It's not serving you, the constituency. You think you're just as important as Walmart? Obviously not. That Walmart in your community, how many Walmarts do you have within a 5-mile drive of you? They put Walmarts all over here. Walmart has more say than I do of corporate personhood. And that's a different topic. But we have this inherent flaw where within our democratic society, within a democracy, within the majority rule, where the majority can rule in a brutal way, what if the majority wants to run this country off a cliff economically? To have it descend into a place we don't even recognize anymore, with this woke social justice being put into our institutions in the military. Oh, the military, go ask somebody who's in the military. The military is having a big problem with this shit right now at all kinds of levels, with all kinds of new rules. It's so weird. The Marines just got rid of saying sir. You're not going to say yes sir anymore in the Marines, because saying sir is somehow gender appropriation, it's somehow offensive, and it's just like, Jesus fucking Christ, people. How far is this bullshit going to go? And this is just an aspect of a majority rule, where one party and their belief system, their extreme belief system, can just kind of run over people, steamroll right over the rest of us. They can put social justice into school, into hospitals, into the DMV, into every institution that we have. And I'm not just trying to make a video about social justice. I'm just, off the top of my head, trying to think of examples of where one party and their ideology can take over and go against what a lot of us want. What about war? One party can bring us to war and be responsible for the death of American lives, and the other party can be against it. We kind of saw this with Iraq, when George Bush, not the first George Bush, the second George Bush, brought us to war right after 9/11, and a lot of us supported that because we wanted blood. Got to start killing people, man. You can't do that shit to us. We're starting dropping bombs, motherfucker. People are going to get it. I was all about it. I think it took too long. I think it was like 15 days or however long it was before he started dropping bombs, and I was just like, man, you got to hit him. Hit him. You got to hit him. But a lot of people, especially on the left-wing side, were anti-war, voted against Iraq every time the vote came up. You guys can debate that amongst yourselves. I'm just saying this is one of the aspects of democracy that's hard to deal with, is when one party has control and they can do things. They can fund war in Ukraine. My family's part Ukrainian. Shut up with your little bullshit comments. My family's part Ukrainian. You guys in your little blue and yellow flags, don't you tell me about Ukraine. You think I'm insensitive. I'm not trying to have billions of dollars go to fund a fucking war in Ukraine against Russia when we got problems here. But I have no say in that when one party can just do whatever they want. Here's another 30 trillion. Here, take it. The problem that we have with this is that both parties have scrambled now over the last 50 years to achieve this domination, control of both the House and the Senate and the presidency and the media, and they want to have control over all of it so they can control us. Both parties are doing it. They're trying to race to the top, so for 4 years they can have their little dictatorship and just push through all their crap. Have revenge, payback time, whatever it is, and just go nuts for 4 years or 8 years if they're lucky. And we can just live in a liberal Democrat hell for either 4 or 8 years, and you can suck it up. And all in this country can go down the tubes. We can be in the rink of World War III. And then for the next 4 years, if a Republican wins, or 8 years if they stay in power, we can just go the other way. That's what it's been happening. You guys are both doing it. Trying to control the group. We need that one more vote, so we get 51. So we have the majority, so we can tell everybody else what to do. Sometimes this country doesn't feel so free. What do you do when a country based on freedom doesn't feel so free? It's all food for thought.